Today on the channel, hot off the peg, Super 7 reaction, Flint.
Spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a Super 7 reaction, unboxing, and review. And today we've got the greatest of all time. We've got the true leader of G.I. Joe. Don't argue with me. We've got my boy Flint. But for all your Super 7 needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. But Flint Super 7 reaction here today. You knew I had to buy this one. Now we did a That's So Hard to Say Goodbye on the channel, where I announced, unfortunately, I was selling my Super 7 reaction figure line. Probably the fastest a new line has come and went in my collection, probably in the history of my toy collecting, all the way back from when I was a little kid. Many reasons for that is these look absolutely beautiful on card. There's no denying I love the carding. It gives me all the nostalgia feels as a kid collecting G.I. Joe. I've said it before, G.I. Joe was always my favorite toy line. Going back to 3 3/4 days, I don't think I spent any more time with any toy line ever than G.I. Joe. It was my line. Flint was my man. It was my favorite cartoon. I'm very excited as around my birthday this year, here at the end of June, G.I. Joe the movie is going to theaters for the first time ever. I am so excited. It's been my dream since I was 7 years old to see G.I. Joe the cartoon movie on the big screen. Finally going to get that opportunity, and on my birthday no less. You couldn't write a better story. But Super 7 reactions, they came and went from my collection, but didn't come and go from my heart. I still see them in the store pegs. I really, really do want them. But at $17.99, $18 a pop, that's a pretty tough pill to swallow. And as we've talked about ad nauseum, especially on weekly purchases every single week, inflation is a killer, and it has killed some lines for me. And one thing that has had to go is 3 3/4. I've killed my Star Wars 3 3/4, killed the reaction line, picking and choosing on some other lines. Still collecting a lot of stuff, but I have tailored some stuff back to help stop that blow. And unfortunately, the G.I. Joe reaction line was one of those lines. Now, tons of characters I want, like that bazooka we saw. Tons of guys I would love to have, but I'm just going to have to be all in on the Super 7 Ultimates, all in on the classified line. But a figure like Flint here, can't pass him up. I'm going to get this Flint. I'm going to get another one of these that is mint on card. This one's got a little damage. The peg, or the peg hole was already popped through, unfortunately. So I need a minty mint one for my mint on card collection. Who knows? Maybe I'll get it signed by Bill one of these days. Of course, the voice of Flint. But the price point on these, and then the amount of figures. It is really cool that they do army builders of like 9 different ones. But my psycho brain, I need every single one. I don't have the wall space for hundreds of these. I would love to, but it's just not in the cards for me. But this Flint is in the cards for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this like we do everything else on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Ooh boy, it's tough, but I love this Flint. I love the look of Flint here. Just screams back to the 80s when I saw Flint on card. And true story, my favorite Flint figure is probably the Tiger Force version back in the day. But this one is pretty solid. I love the homage to the old packaging, the homage to Flint. The animation's a little strange here. Flint's face looks a little strange. I don't know. He almost looks like Robin Williams, kind of with some kind of prosthetics on or something. I don't know. He just looks a little bit off, but you still know it's Flint. It's the artist representation of Flint. I know who I'm getting here. I'm okay with it. Of course, we got Flint in the package. Really harkens back to the 3 3/4 days, but it's crazy. We're in 2022, and this has less articulation than the ones from the 80s. So that is kind of funny. And it is a tough pill to swallow, like I said, around an $18 price point. These are not for everybody. But man, I would love to have them all. I truly, truly would. Reaction logo right there. The famed G.I. Joe logo as well. Super 7 at the top. On the back, you got warnings. You got UPCs. We got the file card. You guys know Kyle's a sucker for a file card. Absolutely love the packaging here. And then old school checklist at the top. The old cross sell. That's where cross sells were invented for me as a kid. Nothing like having the card back. Of course, I saved all of these when I was a little kid. And then I would keep the top and I would X them out as I'm getting them. I would give them to Grandma and stuff. I'd say, Grandma, here's my list. Next time you're at the store, if you see something, you know, my birthday's coming up. That's how we did it back in the days as a kid. Not a lot of cross sells going on in this day and age. There's still a few, but nothing like the 80s generation that we had here. So fabulous packaging. Can't rave about how much I love this packaging enough here, but tons of cool guys on the back. It's tough. Like I said, it's a fight every single day looking at the shelf, seeing these guys. And I think a $10 price point would feel better to me, but I get it. These are hard. They're smaller runs. I understand the pricing on this. I totally do. And as we always say, we have to vote with our wallet, and that's what it comes down to. And unfortunately, this is where I have to vote with my wallet, and I can't get all these. They got a lot of stuff going on with old Flint here. Old Dashiell Fairborn, Wichita, Kansas, of course. Wichita's favorite son. I believe the Wichita lineman was written about his father, if I'm not mistaken. That could be wrong, but I might have just made that up off the top of my head right now. Somebody can fact check that if they want to. He's a grade E6, secondary military specialty, a helicopter pilot. Not talked about a whole lot in Flint's stuff. And of course, he's primary military specialty infantry. Flint was a Rhodes Scholar and earned his degree in English Lit. Bored by the groves of academia, he enlisted in the Army and applied the tenacity and concentration he had used so well scholastically to grind his way through Airborne School, Ranger School, Special Forces School, and finally Flight Warrant Officer School, graduating each with top honors. A thorough tactical planner, Flint drafted and personally led a half-dozen rescue missions in hostile territories that, for obvious reasons of security, were never publicized, let alone admitted to. Flint, true leader of G.I. Joe. I say it all the time. People say, oh no, it's Duke. Well, I understand what they say. But in my mind and most people's, Flint's the true leader of G.I. Joe. A true leader will get in the trenches. Think of you at work. Does your boss get in the trenches with you? That's a true leader. He gets down there. He fights the good fight side by side. That's what I've always modeled myself as at work. I'm not going to do anything my team wouldn't do. And Flint's the same way. He is a true leader. Where Duke, he'd lay in the back sometimes. You know, he'd let a snake get him and go up in the hospital. Flint, no, he's all business all the time. So Flint, true leader of G.I. Joe. You'll never change my mind. I've got a little quote down here. We had thought Cobra had us in the stinking dungeon for good, so we didn't know what was going down when we heard that chopper coming. And all the heavy hardware going off like the 4th of July. Then somebody kicked down the door to our cell, and when the smoke cleared, there was Flint with a lopsided grin saying, "Come on, boys, we're going home." And that just sounds like Flint. He's saving the day. He's flying that chopper in. It's legend. Legendary Flint, legendary G.I. Joe, legendary warrant officer, legendary scholar. I can't give any more praises to Flint. He's that good. He's that good. Did you know I like Flint? Yeah, I do. But we're going to get him out of the package here. It breaks my heart a little bit, but I'll find another one. I'll get another one. I'll get an unpunched one. My birthday's coming up. Maybe it'll be on my list. Dad, are you watching? Are you putting it on the list? Put it on the list, Dad. But there it is. There's old Flint. Oh, there it is. See you later. A little Flint plastic prison. Beautiful, beautiful. Just it's Flint all day long in reaction form. I'm here for it. You guys know I'm here for it. Oh, we got a little tape in there on the gun. See you later off the screen. There it goes. Looking at the accessories first. I do love this rifle going on here. This is the G.I. Joe rifle from the cartoon. It's very cool. We are getting this in the Super 7 Ultimate size as well. It was one of the things that always kind of grinded my gears as a kid. We'd get all these cool weapons, but they were never kind of screen accurate. And that's kind of what we have going on right here. Doesn't have Flint's famed gun. I think that is a little bit of miss, but it's a lot of reuse with this one throughout, so I understand what Super 7's doing. But very cool. It's all one color. It's sculpted nice. I mean, it looks like it's straight from the cartoon is what this looks like. So we got his weapon there as it's flying off because it's got a little bit of stickiness to it, actually. That tape gave it a little extra stickiness. A little of that Jack Sticky disease almost, we might say. But now we get down to the old brass tacks. We get down to old Flint. And like I said, it just feels crazy that it's 2022 and we have less articulation in 2022 than we had back in 1984. But it is what it is. But man, it's Flint all day long. I know exactly who this is. When I see that beret, I see that determined look on this man, I say, that's Flint. That's my boy right here. He's got his suspenders going there with some ammunition. You got the head sculpt looking straight on, looking determined. Love the beret. Nice blue color with the red emblem. Got the green, of course, pattern throughout his pants and then his shirt with the little camouflage action. That is so Flint. Got a little handgun that is not removable on the side. Articulation-wise, like I said, not very much. We got 5 points articulation. Legs, no waist, you got arms up and down, and then you got head. So you don't got a lot of stuff. He's no Spider-Man, that's for sure. And then you got the green boots going on. But man, it's Flint all day long, and that's enough for me. I don't know how well these would look. I'd be really interested to take a poll. Is most reaction collectors, and I'm probably, painting with that wide brush, most reaction collectors I would have to think keep these in the package. The card art is a big part of this, but is there any of you guys that open up all your reaction figures? Even better yet, is there anybody watching this video? Is there anybody out there that collects the G.I. Joe reaction line that opens them all up? I could see you mixing some things around, having all those army builders. You could put up a pretty cool scene with all these guys. I would love to hear from you if you are so fortunate to be doing that. But this is a tough sell. I understand, once again, going back to that price point, it's a tough sell on these. I'm going to pick and choose. Man, they get a shipwreck for me. I might get a shipwreck. I might dabble on a few. And Flint, there's no question I had to pick up this Flint. Like I said, I will get a mint on card unpunched version in the future. I have to have that in my collection. And as of right now, I'm picking and choosing. That's the way it's going to be. He does have peg holes. Does he fit on a stand? Oh, look at that. He fits on a ringside collectible stand like a glove. A little bit too big of a stand for these, if you ask me, but if you are needing a stand, hey, there you go. You got a stand right there for him. But there it is. That's my boy Flint. Very excited to get this one. I was very happy to find this at Target. They seem to be hitting Target stores right now, so if you are on the hunt, check out your local Target. You might be able to find them there, and if not, Big Bad Toy Store can help you out. Save you the gas. I don't know if you know, gas is high right now. I had a store manager tell me that a couple weeks ago. Did you know gas is high? I'm like, no, you got to be kidding me. It is. Long story, save that for Kyle's business talk. That's good Patreon talk, where we talk a little bit more of my business life over there sometimes. But there's Flint. What say you guys out there? What do you think about the Flint reaction? What do you think about reaction in general? Sound off in the comments below. Of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell, follow along on Patreon, like I mentioned for this video much earlier. Bonus content, giveaways, all kinds of fun stuff. And best of all, you got to support the channel over there. Subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. And then if you need to hit me up and follow over here as well, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for my boy Flint, the true leader of G.I. Joe, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.